Evaluation question 4. How did you use media technologies in the construction and research, planning and evaluation stages? Media technologies were used throughout our production during research, planning and evaluation of the magazine, poster and film trailer. Before creating the magazine, it was important to have an understanding of typical conventions and the presentation used to help make our product realistic. In order to do this, we used the internet to search existing film magazines. From this, we were able to identify conventions and gain inspiration to help us with our own magazine. We also used this approach for research and planning within our other products, the poster and film trailer. One example of how we gained inspiration through our research online is seen in how the actor's name is presented in our film poster. To research for film trailers, YouTube was accessed by the internet, as the videos couldn't simply be viewed like Google Images. From using YouTube to research trailers, we gained inspiration to use a voiceover in our own product to help give a brief narrative of the storyline so that the audience had a basic understanding of what was happening. During research and planning, we allocated each other tasks to complete, such as storyboards and audience research. To present this on our group blog, presentational technologies such as Prezi and SlideShare were required. The softwares allowed us to creatively present our ideas in a combination of formats. Finally, paper-based work, such as storyboards that involved drawings and detailed annotations about our shots, were transferred to the blog using a scanner. Technologies were vital to the construction of all our media products. The Photoshop software was used to create the magazine and poster. From past experience, the group was confident with using this. Photoshop allowed us to edit our picture, input text, and make changes throughout to help make the product as realistic and professional as possible. Photoshop also allowed us to merge layers, which is how we created our JCD Productions logo. This is an example of how Photoshop was used to help create our magazine. We were able to cut out our actor from the original photo in order to put him in a plain setting to avoid a background, helping us use conventions of existing magazines. We also enhanced the brightness of the photo alone, as the original one was slightly dark and potentially hard to see due to the character's hat causing a shadow on his face. To take the picture and record footage, the group used a Sony NEX F3. The camera allowed us to capture high-quality shots for the trailer, as well as photos for our magazine and poster. The higher quality footage made our product look as realistic and professional as possible. Throughout the editing stages of the film trailer, iMovie was used. This was new to all members of the group, which made the starting process slow. However, with time and a few basic tutorials found online, we became more familiar with the software, allowing us to use it more effectively. iMovie enabled us to cut out sounds of the shots taken in order to input the voiceover. It also allowed us to put a soundtrack over and control the volume at different points. For example, we specifically started our soundtrack quietly and built up the volume over time. With iMovie, we were also able to insert on-screen text with a range of effects. Backgrounds were also available to us and were used parallel to the text to have a black background like existing trailers. Furthermore, iMovie also had transitions that we could input between shots. This helped add realism and follow conventions that we had learned through our research. The software also allowed us to cut and split our shots that we had recorded, which was exceptionally helpful as many of the shots recorded need editing or cut down as they were too long. Our trailer involved a voiceover throughout the first half. To record the voiceover in high quality, we used a Sony IC recorder. This allowed the dialogue to be clear and understandable, which was important as the voiceover described part of the storyline, meaning the audience must know what was being said. Technology was also used to help capture specific shots in the trailer, for example, a dolly. This helped us keep the camera still whilst moving in order to get the best result possible and to avoid the camera shaking. As there were numerous moving shots in our trailer, the dolly was very useful. This also helped with other shots that involved less movement, such as pans of location. The dolly ensured minimal movement during the plan. Finally, during the construction of our trailer, we had an active WhatsApp chat open. This allowed the group members and also the actors to keep in touch and arrange dates to film and take photos. It ensured everyone knew where to be at what time, and also specific costume and props that would be needed, basically making sure everyone was organised and understood the task at hand during production. The WhatsApp chat was also used to share examples of our work and update our actors on progress that had been made. For example, the final magazine and poster were shared.